Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach, and you're tuned in to Madden 19 on EA Sports. Coming up next, we've got what should be a good one between the Denver Broncos and the Dallas Cowboys. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Dallas Cowboys. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brandon Godden, joined as always by Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Cowboy team entering play. They're off to a terrific start, unbeaten at 5-0 through the first month and change.
And you can hang a lot of this early success on their defense, too. They're the tone setters for these guys, and the entire team feeds off of what they do.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Broncos, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And they looked awfully good last week and came away with a 2-touchdown victory. They did have a few reasons for concern defensively, but all in all, they'll take a repeat here if they could get it.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. And it'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback.
And what I enjoyed watching this week when we had a chance to watch them at practice, the easy camaraderie that he has with his offense.
A lot of respect.
A lot of respect, and frankly, I thought it spilled over to the defense. The defensive guys were coming over and teasing and joking with him. You can tell they respect the heck out of him and really want to play well for him.
First carry of the game here for Royce Freeman. And right away, he lost the football. And the Cowboys have recovered.
As you and I both know, one reason teams script plays to start a game is so they can practice them ahead of time. I will guarantee you that fumble was not in the script.
You don't think they had fumble written next to play 1 there?
No, that was never in the script because they want to have good memories when they go into a ball game, not something that could have gone wrong.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. The first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. 1st and 10 right at the 20.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Hot.
Following the fumble recovery, Hogan. Over the middle, Amari Cooper. It's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. And, Charles, you see the numbers for Amari Cooper last week. 3 catches, 93 yards.
This defense is ranked near the bottom of the league against the pass. You get the sense that he feels like if he gets covered on any call, he's going to be upset. He thinks he should be open on every snap in this game.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Delay of game, offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Still 2nd down.
They are pushed back 5 yards by the delay of game. 2nd and 8.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
From the gun, Hogan. To the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Operating from the gun, Hogan. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
From the gun, Hogan, and it's caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead.
And that's another route that defenders would vote to take out of the game.
A wheel route?
Oh, without a doubt. You're just trying to move everybody in one direction. And whether it's a running back or another receiver, as they zip out on the sideline, you got a problem on your hands.
Yeah, well, the defenders hate it there. It happened, and it resulted in a touchdown. Point after try forthcoming. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's capped off for the Cowboys touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. On the return is Henderson. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And coming out now, the Broncos. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. turning it over. The other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
False start there. That will set the offense back 5 yards.
Brandon, the lineman, certainly flinched there before the snap. A good call.
False start, offense.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
They were looking good on 2nd down, but now they're backed up 5 yards by the false start, and it's 2nd and 8.
Here we go now. Blue lining.
Now a handoff looking right, and he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Okay, let's just make this one simple. We know that the running game is not their thing, but they can't just throw it on every single down without expecting some real heat from the pass rush.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Here's Garcia to throw on 3rd down. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in this 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
To throw from his end zone. Hogan almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
To throw from his end zone. Hogan dancing to his left. And he's only able to get it up to about the 2-yard line. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down.
Detroit!
And now we're going to get a delay of game. And that's going to back him up halfway.
Delay of game, offense.
They were already backed up. Now they're backed up further. I think they were being so careful to make sure all assignments were covered that they end up running themselves out of time.
Delay of game penalty. Ships him back 5 yards, makes it 3rd and 10.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Mike 51. Mike 51. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Mike 51. Mike 51. Come on, baby. Come on, let's go.
To throw from his end zone. Hogan. Cooper's got it. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. So they don't run it. You said they should be very hesitant to throw it. They completed it, but not enough to pick up the first.
But any space you gain there is good space for your punter. So, yes, I said they should run the football. They threw it, got a little bit of distance. Things should be a little bit better now.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. And Denver getting set to take the field. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
All right, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. A good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Now Garcia to throw. From the gun, he'll throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that's going to make it 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Now let's go. 319. 319. No. Check. Patriot.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Breaks a tackle. Fights free yet again. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
Here we go now. 319. 319.
To throw on 2nd down. Hogan, he's going to float this one deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. A big play here for the Cowboys. 63 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And before they can run another play, the clock hits triple zeros. And time is up on the first quarter. 7-0 is our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down.
All right, here we go. 319. 319.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And the ball situated at the 9. 2nd and goal.
Now let's go. 319. 319.
Now Hogan. The quick slant caught. Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation.
All right, here we go. 319. 319.
3rd and 2. Hogan. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, and he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Short throw pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Now the extra point. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Tyreek Hill set to return it. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he gets this one just shy of the 40 to mark him down at the 39. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
On 1st and 10, Hogan. And that'll be incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Elliott. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And Denver getting set to take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Green 39! Green 39!
They go play action here on 1st down. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. They had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Hurry up, here we go!
Garcia operating from the gun. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Garcia throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. With it is Jackson. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
Detroit! Detroit!
On 1st down, Hogan. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
Detroit! Detroit!
2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. Throwing on first down, Hogan. And his throw here's incomplete. Des Bryant, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Now with the play clock winding down, Vance Joseph says, let's talk this over. As he'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes the timeout. And now we're set to get going. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
3-on-3. Motion, motion, motion.
Hogan now. And he's got some space here. On the crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
And he did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. Now with the play clock winding down, Vance Joseph says, let's talk this over. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. Now a play fake here on first down. Rolling to his left. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tyler Eifert, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys are in for 6.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front, and now see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Extra point attempt here still to come. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. So that drive, 4 plays, and it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense trots back onto the field, and we take an in-depth look at Royce Freeman. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they?
Now let's go. Blue Liner.
Garcia now on first down. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
The Broncos on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7.
All right, here we go. Green.
Operating from the gun. Garcia. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Getting set to go again. We get a look at Amari Cooper as he heads back out there now. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally, he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate them.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue Liner. Blue Liner.
Off play action. Hogan completes it right side to Cooper. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Back to throw. Hogan. Throwing right, and that's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. This quarterback now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Looking to throw. Hogan. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. In for the score. And the Cowboys will extend their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And they work this well upfield across the 45. So we have come to halftime here in Dallas with the Cowboys out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly. And it's the Raiders who have the lead in the second quarter. Le'Veon Bell with a touchdown run. From there, let's get down to Baltimore to check in on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they trail the visiting Chiefs in that one. Darrell Williams, 2 touchdown runs on the afternoon. Lastly, let's check in at our nation's capital. See what's happening with the Redskins at home at FedEx Field. And they were losers in that one to the visiting New York Giants. Sterling Shepard, well over 100 yards receiving with 3 touchdown catches. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Looking to throw on second down. Hogan flushed out right. And now running right through it. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
Now, that was a whole lot of open space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, they are going right.
And everything has been going their way for the most part. I saw that lane start to develop. Boom. He took advantage of it.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. Black 99 Philly. Here we go. Detroit. Detroit.
Off the play fake. Hogan. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, good move. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. That's 30 yards now in the last two plays. Back-to-back 15-yarders, and they're rolling.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 45-yard line.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
And they'll run it here. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90.
To throw on second down. Hogan. To the left side here for Eifert. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys, but you and I both know that's easier said than done when the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
And it's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there. They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39. All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56.
Looking to throw on second down. Hogan, his pass caught at the 4. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
The Cowboys on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Now let's go. 319, 319.
Back to throw. Hogan. This will be caught at about the 5. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. So they go pass on 3rd and 2. They complete it, but no gain. Should they have tried to run it?
I thought that running the ball in that situation is what they would have done, because at worst case scenario, you may bring up a 4th down decision for your team. Instead, now they're not close to the first down.
And forthcoming, a field goal try for the Cowboys. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. A good drive gets him inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. Oh, now he bowls him over. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And this one is incomplete.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
All right, here we go. 319.
On second down, Freeman. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now Garcia, off play action. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39.
Here Here's Garcia on 1st and 10. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Here we go now. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. They'll get 4 back there on the run, but now they're looking up at a 3rd and 12 situation.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the people up front. Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12.
Hurry up, here we go.
Looking to throw. Garcia. And this is going to be incomplete.
We're into the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. The Broncos send out their punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Here's Jackson. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And out will come the offense as they take over. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys with the football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the 4th. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Set. 319. 319.
They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And he cuts it right. Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 24. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And Denver getting set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Again, it's Henderson. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Here we go now. Blue Lightning.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
Now Garcia to throw. Throwing on 1st down. Throw right side, taken in by Gallup. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another 1st down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Here we go now. 319.
Garcia from the gun, he'll throw. On the left side, Gallup's got it. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Here we go now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
The Broncos on 3rd down. It's been a problem, just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Now let's go. 3-19.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And yet again, nowhere to run. This time maybe we'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Wasn't able to get anything, no gain. Fumbled once already. Maybe he's being a little careful. Not necessarily on that play, but I'm sure that's in his mind somewhere.
Oh, without a doubt, because protecting the football is job one for anyone who's carrying it, and that's exactly what he tried to do on that play, but it didn't gain him any yardage.
And this one is right through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Cowboys are able to recover. Powers ahead at the 45. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
We got 3. We got 3.
Hurry up. Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Mike 51. Mike 51.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning.
Tight end right. Tight end right.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And now running right through it. And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this.
They don't want it, fellas. They don't want it. Keep playing hard, fellas, all day.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
And they'll go on the ground. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the first down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Back to throw. Hogan. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need. That's exactly what they got done.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. Hot.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Dallas, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Washington Redskins come to town. Meanwhile, for Denver, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Indianapolis Colts. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.